Just weeks ago, things were looking good for the ARRIGO family. Now it's a case of sleepless nights and stress-filled days.
Guess to capture the story, John, airline pilot, stood down at the end of March due to COVID-19. A week later, me, admin assistant in the construction industry, made redundant. Mortgage, 2 young kids, 1-year-old, 3-year-old, and a huge amount of uncertainty.
The economic fallout from coronavirus has left them with no idea of what lies ahead.
I've suffered from some postnatal anxiety over the past 12 months after having a very challenging baby. And I had felt like I'd gotten on top of that, but as soon as this all started to happen, it brought back all of the feelings straight back to me. You constantly feel like there's a weight on your chest. You're trying to get a deep breath in and it's just not there. You've got this sickness in your stomach that it just can't go away.
It's a little bit uneasy, I suppose. Just uncertain of what the future holds, when it's all going to be over.
So there have been a few days when it's just been that sort of black dog down day.
Paul Peacock understands anxiety and depression from both a professional and personal perspective. He'd normally be out in the field training mental health workers, but now he's working from home.
Anxiety for me is always a physical thing. So it's that nerves, that sort of feeling, you know, in your guts, and your heart might be racing, and all of those sort of things. This is something that we've never really experienced before, and I just think that's part of where the anxiety builds. I worry about my kids. I worry about the people that I work with. I'm a trainer in mental health now, but you know, a lot of my friends and colleagues are frontline mental health workers. So I worry about them, and I worry that my training is going to keep them safe.
Mental health support groups have never been busier. In March, Lifeline received a record 90,000 calls, 25% more than the same time last year. Half of the callers wanted to discuss coronavirus. Demand across the Kids Helpline services is more than 50% up, with 9,000 contacts a week. Beyond Blue has seen a 30% increase in calls since before the pandemic, and its online discussion forum has had 50,000 views.
People will emerge from this, we think, with various reactions, but certainly some will emerge having had mental health issues either exacerbated, so they already had an underlying mental health condition, or experiencing mental health issues for the first time.
Chair of Beyond Blue, Julia Gillard, points to 3 top areas of concern.
I would say isolation and loneliness. So that reinforces the need for us to stay connected to each other. Second, financial worries, either because people have lost jobs, had to close their business, or they're worried about what's going to happen next. And third, we're having people talk about feeling exhausted. And I think that's telling us that as the weeks go by, it is getting harder for people.
The current situation is likely to have shifted everyone up a lot from what their general levels of anxiety are.
Psychologist Dr. Patrick Clark says coronavirus brings its own complex mix of problems.
So there are a number of factors that we know can contribute to higher levels of anxiety that have sort of combined in the current situation to something of a perfect storm, whereby there's high levels of uncertainty about, you know, what the future holds and day-to-day changes. There's low levels of sort of perceived the ability to control the situation. Also, there's, you know, an elevated risk of sort of physical health to people and their loved ones.
I put on my wetsuit and I pick which board I'm going to ride, and then I wax it up, and then I run to the beach. I've had my mental health issues, I've been through depression. The most challenging aspect of this for me is the not knowing.
Champion surfer and Are You OK ambassador Lane Beachley tries to stick to a routine and knows she's lucky that despite the restrictions, she can still pursue her favourite activity.
Surfing It's my liquid Valium. It keeps me very calm and centred and connected, but there's still that sense of, oh, when is this ever going to end? Is it ever going to end? And then what's life going to look like after it does?
Mental health specialists recommend a routine, exercise, sleep and social interaction, and urge those who are struggling to seek help.
When anxiety gets to a level where it's starting to really dominate much of your life and impact some of those things like your sleep, your ability to engage and relate with others, these are the kind of indicators that are suggesting that it might be a good time to get some assistance.
Brianna and John ARRIGO know that coronavirus is making life difficult for so many Australians. They say they're lucky to have a home and each other.
We're still here for one another and we are going to get through it. It's just a matter of time.
There's plenty of resources out there to reach out and tap into. In this moment, it may seem overwhelming and scary, but this too shall pass.
And help is available from Lifeline on 1311 14 or Beyond Blue on 1300 22 46 36. Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.